Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good. I am joined by my brother David today.
Hello.
And we're going to be pumpkin carving, Halloween special.
Yeah.
I can't do Halloween makeup. I have no Halloween fashion ideas this year at all because we're all stuck inside. So we're going to resort to pumpkin carving and talking about how depressing it is that...
Just university.
Yeah, just university during a pandemic. So yeah, very spooky in some ways, I guess. But I've asked you guys on Instagram anything that you want us to talk about regarding like graduating during a pandemic and actually studying at uni in a pandemic. I feel like we've both got similar but also very different, I guess, experiences. So yeah, we're just gonna sort of have a ramble. Do you wanna... Let's just get started. I'm going to go for a simple design, I think. I'm going to get some inspo.
Clarify, I've never carved a pumpkin before.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go for a simple design. I don't even know if I pumped carvings. Yep, pumped carvings. I don't think I carved pumpkins last year. Regardless, I've done a Harry Potter pumpkin with Hattie at the Mental Health Society, and I've also done... I made one in first year. It was actually pretty good, but I can't remember what I made. Maybe it was a cat. I just got something off Google, but we don't have time to go crazy and spend ages on this. So we're gonna go. There's actually insane, like some of the designs on here, isn't there? Like
yeah,
just like fucking Tinkerbell. Oh. You've never seen a pumpkin before.
So I'm currently in second year. I was at university, but I've come home. But when I was at university, I will be going back soon. There is a mix between online and face-to-face teaching.
Yeah, I think it is different, isn't it? It depends on what uni you go to, what course you're doing, and like how they're going about it.
I feel like from a lot of my friends, I know that majority of people are going in, even if it's for minimal time. Like most people going in for like 1 day a week.
I know Aiden, my boyfriend's going in. I think he goes in for his labs or like quite a few things, but most of his lectures are online, so he just obviously watches those at home. Yeah, I can't even imagine it because I feel like I would not be very motivated. Are you motivated? I don't know, when you're not having like many contact hours, like you're not getting... I feel like we've both...
You have to learn quite a lot of the content, so expect you to learn it before you go to the session, which is sometimes... depends if you get the concept or not, really.
You, by the way, David studies geography, I don't know if you said.
I do, yes, I'm studying geography.
Yeah, so, and I graduated, I haven't had my graduation yet, who knows if it's going to go ahead. I left uni early, so my last year got cut short, which again, I think is just as sad as obviously studying during the pandemic, because I didn't get to finish like my uni experience, celebrate like finishing and all the hard work like we all put in, and it's just been a bit of shit really. Hey! Do you think you're getting your money's worth of education? Is the quality the same?
Absolutely not.
No, I can imagine it's not as well.
Obviously I get that with the lecturers and people that work there putting in a lot of effort, but it's just not the same. Like before we did go into the pandemic, there was a sort of like conversation just generally like from a university lecturer saying that online teaching won't be the same, and now they've got to argue that it is going to be the same because the government aren't going to decrease the fees. So I think as hard as they're trying, it just won't be the same if you're not in. They can try and replicate it, but it's just not.
It's impossible, and I think, and I know a lot of people are like campaigning for the tuition fees because it is ridiculous. Like,
can we get a bowl to put the weird stuff in?
Yeah, good idea. God, this pumpkin is really like thick.
Overall, the consensus is they should reduce the tuition fees.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to be technically paying.
I really like the smell, do you?
So you guys think, if you're at uni, where's your stance on this question?
Yeah.
Do you think you're getting the same amount?
Yeah, because I bet some courses probably have had to go back to exact same, I don't know, like maybe like some nursing courses.
I've heard someone that's doing like primary education was in like 5 days a week still.
Yeah,
so.
And I mean, to be fair, Aiden didn't have to attend his lectures anyway, like as long as he like watched them online, and then he obviously has to go into labs anyway, so his really hasn't changed that much.
Yeah, it probably depends on how much you were in originally. I know it decreases normally as the years go on.
And then that in turn as well is meaning you're spending more time in your room, like isolated, like not just isolated
Just yeah.
from like the
Depends
social
what you
aspect
want.
of uni,
Yeah.
which I know is not the only reason you go to uni, but it's a massive part of it. Like you're
when
meeting
it's
new
taken
people.
away.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially for first years, if they don't get on with their flat.
Yeah, I think first year is obviously it has affected so many, and yeah.
How
and
much?
I
I've said
don't
they've
think
got the mental health teams on there, but
they need more. They need to be
They need to
providing
be
more
like,
support,
yeah.
and it's not the uni's fault. It's literally the government's fault. Like, yeah, I really can't imagine being in first year. Like, I would personally have had to defer. Like, I know obviously people don't have the choice, but like, if I'd have known, but obviously no one did know. I'd have wanted to restart again, like in a year where this is not happening.
Because I get some people probably are fine, as in like people have made like friends with their flatmates.
Yeah, and some people don't even go to uni
Right.
for the social aspect at all.
Yeah,
they just want to
so-
do the work, so it would just not have made any difference to some people.
And
but
people
personal
within like,
preference.
what's it called? When they're in like, they've got their own kitchen. and stuff
Studios.
Like that. The studio flats
Studio
probably
flats.
are not minding as much because.
Yeah, they would. That was what they sort of asked for anyway. I guess, in a way. But yeah, I would have struggled for sure because I don't know. I just think I would have struggled, especially like with my first year flat. Like it is quite small. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a small room.
Depends,
like
if you've got big personalities, then just good luck.
yeah, yeah. You can only have like personal house parties, but you can't really mix flats. Like
No, you can't even go to the other flats.
yeah, well, you're not supposed to, but people are.
Oh yeah, for sure. But also it's worse if you've got more than 6 people in your flat.
Yeah, how does that work?
You can't go out with all of them.
Yeah, so you have to go in like 2 separate groups, I guess.
Yeah. Which then
forget
could
about
lead to more people being left out. Because you'd like to think it'd be like 4 and 4, but then it could be like 6 and 2.
Yeah, which is
Which
not
is
nice.
ideal.
I'm currently at uni in my 4th year. I struggled with my mental health in 2nd year. Have you got any tips for coping? So that sort of links in with what we were saying.
Go home. If you're
Yeah,
not at home already.
genuinely, yeah, go home if you feel like you need the support of your like family. Go to your uni.
Yeah, if you feel comfortable
Services.
enough, try and go to the services that are provided at the uni, or even just like a personal tutor or anyone.
Yeah,
'Cause
anyone, whether that is like your friends at uni because they could help you, or if you feel like you want to just take it outside of like your friends or people you know, then go to the services and people that you don't know because then they'll have like an outside perspective.
Go home. Just try and
Yeah.
talk to anyone about how you're feeling. Yeah, if you don't want to.
Yeah. Like other people can get involved that aren't emotionally affected by the situation, and then they can give you the best advice as well. And I'm sure, I think some of the university's mental health services will probably have amped it up now as well, so it is worth reaching out, and these people are professionals for a reason, so just make that, it is tough making the first move, I guess, to speak about it, but when you do, then it will just be so much better long term.
Time, yeah.
God, yours is so like, this is very neat. How to avoid burnout.
You can help with that one. I think to-do lists. Now that I started doing, like first year I just didn't like the idea of lists. I used to have like massive big points, if you have like 3 big points, it's going to take like several hours just to do one tick, and then you're going to feel like, is it even worth it?
Yeah.
So I reckon lists are the way forward.
Yeah, I've always gone by list to avoid burnout, and I feel like I burnt out quite a lot at uni because I was trying so much to balance everything, and I was like, I had all my uni stuff and social media stuff, so it's all about, I guess, prioritising certain things and making sure you have time to relax in the evenings, because I would just then work on my YouTube in the evenings rather than sit and like relax. So burnout's one of the worst, and you're probably going to experience it at some point at uni because you don't realise it at the time that you're burning yourself out.
Yeah,
So,
I'd agree.
So if you're currently in one of those stages, don't feel like it's the worst thing, because it's like sort of an inevitable thing that happens when you're at uni. And I guess avoiding is literally just making sure you have a better balance, like, and prioritising what you need to do, and then having that extra time to have a break.
Sometimes my friends just point out, are you going to have a break? And sometimes that just helps me realise that you need to. So maybe like if you know one of your friends is doing like loads of work, just go check, say, take a break. Hydrate yourself.
Take a break, yeah. Make sure you're drinking water.
So am I drawing bits that I want to cut out?
Yeah, I've just done like this, so that mine are jaggedy, and I just go like that and cut it out. I'm really struggling to stay motivated and study because it's all online. We have no live interactive lectures, and it makes me honestly not want to do it. Have you got any tips or advice to make online learning enjoyable?
This is all online.
Yeah, everything. She's not going in at all.
So are they pre-recorded or are they live? do we not know?
No live lectures, no.
Oh, wow.
So it's not like they're actually happening. Yeah, that's very intense.
I'd space them out, so, because otherwise if I felt like if I was in your position, then if I was doing it on one day, I'd do like 1 or 2, and then I would spend like 5 hours doing the next one, even though it would take like 1 hour.
Yeah, if you're breaking them down and doing them, maybe make yourself like your own timetable.
Yeah, like, yeah,
for
the modules, like pretend
you've got these on this day and then these on this day every single week, and yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's what I'd like. And then you can schedule in like the breaks and everything that we were just talking about outside of that. I think that's a good idea. If you look at it in a fun way and think, oh my god, I've got control of creating my own timetable, I think like that it can be quite fun. Do you know what I mean? Set everything out how you would like it in the week, because sometimes I would have everything crammed on one day when I was at uni, whereas now you can like split it if you think you'd prefer to do like a couple of hours a day, or if you'd just rather get everything done in like the first 2 days of the week, then you have the rest of the week to chill, do your hobbies, like, do you know what I mean, read, write, do all your favourite things.
I do feel for you.
Yeah,
pre-recorded.
Yeah, I can imagine it's very unmotivating. But yeah, that's what I would personally do. Like, make a fun timetable that suited to your needs, which is something you haven't had before.
Yeah, for me, I definitely space it out, because when I even have my live ones on one day, the time you get to the last one, you just don't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah, and you're not taking in the information,
especially
so you're gonna have to
favourite one.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to re-go over it, aren't you? If you're like not fully focused. So yeah, maybe spacing them out is probably the best idea. I'd probably cram it all into a couple of days, and then I can have the rest of the week off.
I would split it into 4 days.
Really?
It depends how many modules.
But then I've got the rest of the week to then work, like revise and work on the other stuff and the coursework. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like if you get all your lectures done in 2 days, I don't know.
What I would do, I might like, if I had like the lectures, like say last time I did it over 4. I have 4 modules, so the way that I would do it is I'd have the lectures for 1 module, and then like in the morning, afternoon, then have a break, and then in the late afternoon, then do something for a different module, so you're not always feeling like you're on the same one.
Yeah. And
then you can move it around if you need to, so like if you've got like some coursework to do, then you can just switch stuff around. My top tip is just break up. Well, actually, it depends on you. I would break it up and you would cram it, so I think you need to work out what works for you.
Yeah, maybe have a week of doing both.
Yeah.
If you really don't know. Some people will just know, like, I know that I would rather cram it.
In the first few weeks, you have time to experiment with what.
Yeah, true.
I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself.
I guess it is.
Because you can always alter the timetable.
Yeah. There's different, no offence, Dave, love you, Dave, but there's so much attention on what it's like to be at uni now, for example, loss of experience, but no one really is talking about how awful it was to have our last year of uni taken away. First years have the hope of it getting better, but we won't ever get it back. Which I do get. Like, I think everyone's just all in a different boat, and I am sort of annoyed that I still can't have any uni back, like especially the last couple of months were supposed to be the best ones. Like after I finished my exams, I was supposed to probably like celebrate and do all the things that I really like doing in Lincoln and stuff, but obviously that was taken away early.
I don't understand,
which is hard.
Definitely feel like I don't think the coronavirus is going to get better for my 3rd year.
No. Oh yeah, I think second years. I think all of them are equally as bad. Like because your first year you don't have that the time to be sociable and have a little bit more fun because there's less like intensity of work, and then second year obviously you've got your final year to look forward to, but you can't really fully look forward to it, and third year everything got cut off early or whatever your last year was. So I think all of them are really bad, and I know there is probably less of a focus on people. Like I haven't really seen people talk much about my situation where it has ended early. Like it's more obviously about the current thing, which I do get because you're currently there. There's not much I can do about mine. It's pretty shit. And this is why I'm shit at art. We went to the pumpkin patch for the first time yesterday, and it was
an experience.
An experience. I loved it because it was raining and everyone was staring at me because I didn't have a coat on, but I didn't want a coat on. I wanted to have fun in a rainy, muddy pumpkin patch. Everyone was judging me so hard. That fucking group of people towards the end, I was so close to saying something. They were just like all like why do people do that? I couldn't give a shit to what anyone else is doing. I'm like such a not a people watcher at all. Whereas like I know most people are, aren't they? Like most people do like people watching. I do get it to some extent, but then I'm like I don't really care what other people are doing. I only look at people if they're like making a big fuss, if you know what I mean, if they're like like being loud. Yeah, it doesn't really interest me what other people are doing because I'd rather just focus on myself. But they were just like all like a whole family, like one of them said something clearly about me, and then they all like looked at the same time, and like I said
they
something.
Really didn't plan that out.
I know, I said something, and then Dad laughed at me. Oh, this is jokes. How do you actually get up and out of bed whilst on a lecture? Have you watched any of yours in bed?
So, I'm assuming they're talking about live, or are they just?
Yeah, I'm guessing about like virtual. I mean, I couldn't get out sometimes out of bed for a real life lecture, so at least you can physically do that.
So my ones that aren't in person, most of them are pre-recorded, but I do have one live one on a Tuesday morning at 9. So I'd like to say I tried to get myself awake, but I still have my curtains closed.
Right,
so,
okay, it's definitely open your curtains because that's not going to help. If you don't have your curtains open.
Yeah, I mean, I'm forced to pay attention because we also have breakout groups in it.
Ah, rough.
I think
Can't get away with
for
it,
me,
though.
regardless how much attention I would pay to that live one, because that live one is recorded anyway, I'm going to rewatch it.
Yeah.
So I just make sure you're paying, just pay enough. Open your curtains, get yourself a drink, maybe some breakfast too, and just try and pay attention to the main point. I wouldn't worry if you're not getting every single detail down. Like, I don't actually write notes on my live when I wake because it's recorded, and then write notes on it after. I just wouldn't put too much stress on yourself.
If you're getting the work done as well, like even if you are in bed, like, because I know I would struggle, as long as you're doing the work, like, it doesn't really matter on your environment. There's always such a pressure to be like, sit up at your desk. Like, I know it can't help to like pretend you're going out to the lecture, but like if you can do it in bed, then don't stress.
No, I literally don't. I do my work on my bed.
Like, you're in a pandemic, let's just remember. Yeah. Just do what you can. Do what you can whilst you can. Like,
and at the end of the day, if you know you're going to get the work done, don't stress. Right,
so the last question is, do you study online at home? If so, how do you motivate yourself to keep going? Similar again, I was going to say I would struggle at even just working at home, like being in the same bubble, because I used to go out to like coffee shops or like the library and somewhere else to get my work done, because I found like when I was in my room I would just distract myself or like start doing my other work for like YouTube and social media, so I have to go to like a coffee shop or like Cafe Nero, library to get work done. And I go with a group of friends to like, that's what I mean, so that's how I would work. So having to adapt to that, I can imagine, would be really hard. Like, I would struggle. I tried to go to the library, but in our library you have to keep your mask on. I said no, like, yes, it's safe, but I just get hot and stuff and get headaches. Yeah. So at that point, yeah, I get really lightheaded. So having that
home is the option for me. Yeah, personally, I just work best. If
there's somewhere in your like flat or home accommodation that's not in your room, try working there, because I find that in my room I get most distracted. I feel less motivated. Whereas if I'm like sat at a desk or like the kitchen, like I used to sit in my kitchen if we had to work at home, which we obviously had to because our uni closed like for a couple of weeks before we actually the UK got locked down. Did yours? Our uni stopped letting us go into all of the social spaces, so I experienced it for 2 weeks really, and I was working just in my room or like on my kitchen surface.
I think try loads of different things.
Yeah, try loads and see which days you're most
it's not going to be a perfect scenario, but the more you try, then you can decide which one works best.
Literally write down how many hours you've done, like the actual amount of work you've got done, and figure out which place was the best to work with. I guess it's all just about adapting.
Well, because you haven't particularly been going for any graduate jobs because of your thing, so I guess to people that maybe might be in a situation, how they could answer potentially in the comments is like, how have you found it finding a graduate, because they're pushing it on second and third years now. I think they do that regardless anyway, but I think because there's going to be limited opportunities, I've been getting constant things going through that I could go for license form. It's like a graduate job in Nestle.
Oh, cool. Yeah, obviously graduate jobs are even lower than they already are, because everyone is fighting for them, and also companies are going into administration or like getting shut down, so obviously loads of people are losing their jobs, and there is less jobs on the market for recent graduates, and especially because we have no experience, and every single job wants experience. It's like really hard to like get into anything anyway to start off with, so I can imagine it's so difficult. And I'm currently obviously not looking for graduate jobs because I'm doing social media at the minute,
So I'm currently trying to find things to put on like academic CV.
Yeah, but also I'm actually going to be working with, this is interesting, on Instagram I'm going to be working with Department of Education, and they are running loads of online free courses at the minute that are great for like building your CV, improving your employability. So there's loads of like digital courses, computer courses, literally so many different things, like personal behaviour, like there's literally like a complete array of stuff. I will leave that down below because that is actually really helpful if you're looking to find ways to improve your experience during a pandemic where you can't actually physically go out and get like physical experience. So yeah, that'll be interesting if you want to come check out on Insta, because I should be working with them in November, if not in the future, the near future. So that is very helpful, to be fair, like just to give you a bit of, just to get back into routine of like doing a course or something now that we've had like such long.
I guess maybe getting use of like your uni careers team as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Meetings, because I know a few of my friends who have done that, and I'll probably do it soon, just so.
Probably have like
just
Zoom
have
meetings and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
or
careers.
I think you can do one-to-ones because mine's in the library, so.
Yeah, I've had contacts as well from the uni on LinkedIn, so make sure you're on LinkedIn, because that is literally so important. You can get so many different connections, and I've already had like people from Lincoln asking me to do like guest speaking and stuff too, so you could even like go back to your university and speak and maybe get paid for it, and still work alongside the uni. There are some opportunities, and yeah, your Careers and Employability Services Centre, is yours called that as well? As is Careers and Employability Centre?
As is in the library, so it's like just the careers team sort of thing. So
yeah, so if you have, I'm sure most unis have that. You can still email them using your uni email address, because I feel like you stay on contact or on record for a while afterwards, because they want to support you in trying to get you somewhere. So if you are really struggling, you can get that help that you need. So
yeah, because they do take employability serious, because that's employability rates. So it's not like when you apply.
Yeah, and it affects the uni. Like it's in their best interest, because they want the uni to rank higher. They want your uni stats to be high, so they're going to want to get you a grad job. So yeah.
And I guess if they have any people have any more questions, they can just leave it in the comments.
Yeah, we can chat in the comments, both of us, really, can't we?
Yeah.
And we can all have a big discussion about student life in a pandemic. So these are finishing pumpkins.
Oh God.
Do they look good?
I don't know.
I really let's try and get a light and light it up so you can see it properly. It's really anticlimactic. I'm pissing.
What if you pick it? If I pick mine up?
Yeah, if we pick them up and bring them over. Because it's not dark enough, you can't really see, but these are our masterpieces. David's is very clean cut, mine is just raggedy and crazy, but I guess it looks quite Halloween-y.
Yeah, we'll put them out. We'll put them out.
Yeah, we're going to put them out.
Because children are doing that thing when they see pumpkins, they can, parents will give them sweets.
They're our finished pumpkins. Let us know who you thought was best. I'm guessing you were going to say Dave.
No, I really think it's going to be yours.
No, because yours is really clean and mine's just a mess. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts on this situation.
Anything you want to talk about uni related?
We'll see you in my next video. Bye. Oh yeah, Barney says bye. Bye.